Hello and thank you all for watching. This is Gemini Sun for an astrological report. We begin with this astrological aspect of Saturn entering back again into Sagittarius when its degradation was on December 2014, and it went back into the sign of Scorpio and exited September 17th, 6:59 Central Daylight Time. So let's begin. This demotion of Saturn into Sagittarius will stay there for 2.5 years, December 10th, 2017. After Jupiter and Leo entered here, Saturn made its early entry in another sign of fire, in Sagittarius, and it's a masculine modality sign, but also mutable. This planet is visible in the naked eye. Saturn, of course, represents limitations, everything known to our own five senses. It is therefore the relation to all that limits us, which of course defines a structure. This is a first offensive, as it is a master of time, to rest the waters, the fate of the tumultuous waters of Scorpio, the ones that come from the depths, causing us intense whirlpools of emotions, deep relational upheavals, challenge, and awareness. Here it now enters into the fire of idealism of Sagittarius, the sign which of course flares up for a cause. It defends up its ideals. And on the lands of Jupiter, Saturn in Sagittarius is never at ease. He likes to take its time. It likes to control, achieve only after careful consideration here, and after taking some insurance. This small adjustment here, after a period of time, will welcome in back into this sign. Saturn will slowly be surely bringing us things to reconsider our moral and spiritual values, beliefs, higher philosophical questioning and meaning of our existence that are our own vision, our ideals in this line with current collective needs. With Saturn, of course, it is best to listen for what he has to say, what messages he wants us to go and follow, agreeing to the challenges if necessary. Do not be fool around and remain unfocused on the objective. It will force us to question the quest as it continues, probably put us on the right path if we go astray. If we are pushing towards an ideal, to a utopian, far the reaches of our reality, or an evolutionary path, it will cool us down, it will slow us down, even if we don't choose to. It will let our spirit soar to distant lands too. It will allows us to keep our roots in our light of sight and vision and correct, to achieve our goals, achieve these goals if we let ourselves, and sustainability. Saturn, of course, can inhibit the good side. Living of Sagittarius, his optimism, his joviality, and wants to impose his rigid and more stricter principles in life, its own rules, its own laws, and own interest. We must be aware of its appearance, crystallization that can almost imprison us in our narrow-minded. We can block or prevent our evolution if we give in to fear. Here, if we leave from a room of frustration, resentment, or we show excessive pride, a sense of superiority for that sense. However, if it is well expected, a Saturn in Sagittarius gives us a kind and charitable, philanthropic and trustworthy, a desire to help humanity. Humanity rises to itself by adapting these just laws, so it can manifest into these lessons, donated by, even by a tyrant, if that sense, or a benevolent teacher, or researcher in the fields of theology, philosophy, religion, spirituality. The square off to Neptune, which began into the form, it was not until November 26, 2015, for it to be exact. Could it destabilize us, bringing us uncertainty, hesitation, disillusionment, maybe unintentionally to do what we harness to protect us from not knowing very well how to behave. These two planets will indeed fight a battle between imagination, Neptune, and reason, Saturn, logic, experience as incountable. It will remain cautious and therefore may risk of deception and loyalty when Jupiter will complete its transit into the sign of Leo will enter into the sign of Virgo, which did August 2015. It will also square off to Saturn, the square that will bring in reform in 2016, as well as one of the other planets we've mentioned, which is Neptune. This square aspect with Jupiter square Saturn can bring, meanwhile, an excess of authority, a taste of ostentations of power, a tendency to want to impose his own ideals onto others, beliefs of superiority, uniqueness. We can also show a more skeptic, more suspicious, critical, but even having more difficulty to make decisions. Read a post that I've a video down below in my video sections. Jupiter square off to Saturn, Jupiter entering into the sign of Virgo. For more into this, these squares form between immutable signs. Therefore, it would probably be more easy to overcome, bringing a little bit more flexibility, easier adapting to situations. With the exception of Jupiter square Saturn, August 3rd, in fixed signs, Jupiter, Leo, and Saturn in Scorpio. This square are certainly the aspects of voltage, not always easy to live, but who are above all aspects of evolution, pushing us to excel and surpass, but also to act, to be an acting participant in our own life. If we manage to control its completely opposite tendencies, we can create conflict, but we can also get into mental blocks, and to release this is the spirit of eccentricity and the new expression to our own spirituality, to adopt a new philosophy in life, whether that be in aid of us by any master or guru. This trine to Uranus will be formed by soon or later than 2016 and into 2017, which will help us. Saturn in Sagittarius will teach us to reach our own goals and find a guide within us, finding the answers, and thus participate into this life, an inner realization. It will lead us to connect into our intuition, participate into the expansion of this world, and also of our own consciousness. The mind will gain its depth and its wisdom. Thank you all for watching. This has been an astrological report with Saturn entering into the sign of Sagittarius. Thank you all for watching.